Hello, everyone, especially for those who are in California. Good evening to all of you. And for those who are in the Philippines, magandang umaga po dyan. And good afternoon or kung saan man kayong parte ng mundo, maraming salamat for tuning in here at GFN, the Global Filipino Network, connecting Filipinos all over the world. And you're watching Real Talk with Sabrina, where we talk about people empowerment and how we can add value and inspiration to each and everyone's lives. And tonight, I must say, I'm a really blessed person because yung guest ko po supposedly tonight canceled on us last minute, but with the help of Kuya Arnold Pedregal, he was able to get a hold of this person, and by God's grace, pumayag naman po siya. And I must say, the reason why I said I was blessed because when I spoke with her yesterday, she was talking about what she's doing in life, and basically just to sum it all up, it's all about life hacks. Okay, and you are going to be inspired and be motivated with the words of wisdom na marinig natin sa kanya maya-maya. Okay, but before anything else, of course, our usual big shout out moment. Okay, let's do a quick shout out to Diana Aloha and her husband Pasiano of ABS, because we did a little celebration there at their house, and she was so humble. She was so nice enough to be the host of the party. And of course, to Vincent Gotti, Rufa May Quinto, Vineza, Roy the makeup artist, Dayan Muzzy for our cake, Joanne Kalulut, Landayan Catering. Oh my gosh, the food is so yummy. Kuya Ray Del Fiero and Kuya Trivon Eldrin. And tonight, si Ate Meldy, she's watching right now. Hi, Ate Meldy. Okay, in the Philippines naman, Street Passions, Gamepreneur, Zoe Lee, and Rachel Abanco, she's watching right now in Thailand. And Mabanta family watching from Marikina, and my mom, and of course, Ate Bonnie, hindi mawawala yan. She's watching straight from Daly City. Yan. And of course, to Mayla Consolacion family. Okay, so sa pagbabalik ng Real Talk with Sabrina after this quick station ID break. Hello, welcome back. Okay, so let's all welcome the founder of the Mentoring Club. It's a non-profit organization, Miss Liesel Mendoza. Hi, Ate
Hi.
Liesel. How are
Hi.
you?
I'm so amazed at the commercial.
You liked it? It's so
Yeah, I
entertaining,
really
right?
liked it.
How are you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you, Sabrina.
I was telling them earlier that before we got you in the show, someone canceled last minute, but I'm still blessed to have you because you were talking to me about life hacks and mentoring. And for the people out there who doesn't know, well, this is just I'm gonna talk about myself. Lately I've been hindi naman lost, pero I feel like I want to do something else. I feel like I want to do this, I want to do that, but I feel like I really need an extra push or a little guidance, someone's perspective, ganyan, to just straighten me up, ganyan. And then I spoke to Ate Lisel. Yun, so that's what she does, mentoring. Di ba, Ate Lisel?
Yes, absolutely. Happy to help you. We can do a longer discussion when you're ready.
Mhm. Yes, that's for sure. That's coming. So I'm sure Kuya Arnold is supposed to be showing something before we start the questions. Kuya Arnold. Ayan.
wanted to give back when I turned 50, which was 2016. So I notified my partner saying, I have this in mind. And that was what gave birth to the mentoring club. I discerned and it led me to the conclusion because of two factors in my life. The first one is that internally, I have always enjoyed developing people. And in the process, I find myself sharing my values. And the second trigger was external. I do business development, and as I network around in open fora, I would hear young professionals asking questions like, how do I find a mentor? Is my manager my mentor? How do I even ask somebody to become my mentor? So those were the triggers that I eventually end up setting up the mentoring club in February of 2016. I beat my deadline by 9 months. I turned 50 November the same year. So that's the story of the mentoring club. This is my give back.
My goal and my vision is that anyone, anywhere in the world who is looking for guidance from mentors can go into the Mentoring Club platform and they can be matched with mentors who can help them develop the skills that they need to achieve their career and life goals.
That's really inspiring, Ate Lisel.
Thanks for
First of
playing that.
all, yeah, first of all, you're originally from the Philippines. Which part?
So I was born and raised in Mandaluyong City. And that's
Mm-hmm.
actually how I know Arnold and Meldy
Because
from,
yes, exactly.
yes, from Our Lady of Fatima. We were
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
commentators and lectors.
And then you moved here when?
I moved here in 2002. So when we talk about
2002.
here, it's Silicon Valley. So I
Silicon
initially
Valley
moved
now.
to, I stayed at a place in Fremont, and then in 2003 I moved to Mountain View, which is where I've been based out of since
So
2003.
so from 2002, you working in a nonprofit org or were you working for someone else? How did you start this mentoring club? What's your
Mm.
motivation?
Okay, so I'll try to make the long story a little shorter, but but it would be good to have some kind of perspective
Mm-hmm.
or view of how I actually manage my career first, in order to come up with the decision I want to do this nonprofit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the video that you saw is like a shortcut of that. That I
Mm-hmm.
okay, this
I
is I
bet.
had to discern what that give back would be, and so the first time I visited the U.S. was in 1998. And I caught the proverbial San Francisco love bug. I fell in love with San Francisco. My best friend in elementary and high school actually took me to San Francisco. We parked at a rooftop garage, and the moment I opened the door, it's like and looked at the horizon, it hit me that, oh, this is my next career challenge. I will work here. So I
Mm-hmm.
worked through that, and in actually in 2000, 2001, I took a sabbatical from
Decision.
my work in Unisys in the Philippines. So I was working already in the Philippines for about 12, 13 years when I had a chance to visit San Francisco in 1998. And so I actually stayed with my friends, Arnold and Meldy, in those 5.5 months. They were encouraging me, yeah, go ahead and explore opportunities here in Silicon Valley. And so,
Mm-hmm.
day in, day out, it was like a full-time job, just going from one person to another, networking within
Mm-hmm.
Silicon Valley. And in that process, I actually found an ad, newspaper. Nagbabasa pa tayo no ng newspaper
Mhm, mhm,
during that
mhm.
time. And so I saw an ad. There's this consulting company from San Francisco, and they are focusing on career transitions for people. If you want to change careers, or if you're a foreigner and you want to understand how to make.
Ay, what
Oh,
happened?
oh yeah.
Okay, we're
Okay.
back.
Okay.
Pasensya na po.
And so they actually, I got trained on how to present myself. So in the Philippines, if we have a 10-page resume, that's great
Mhm.
at that time. But in the US, it's like one page. You have to be able to present yourself in a one pager. And so I learned that. And then
It's like a
they,
personality development class, parang ganon.
no, it's not a personality development class. It's really just understanding how to present yourself and then how
Mhm.
to expand your network. Because
Okay.
understandably, you are, or I was, a foreigner trying to make it in Silicon Valley, or trying to get
Mhm.
a job in Silicon Valley. And so um, I had to know what it takes to do that. So the goal
Okay.
was find a job in Silicon Valley, and then what are my strengths, my years of experience in information systems development, and then what are my weaknesses, where I don't know the environment. So I had to look for help in order to understand the environment, and just being able to realize that I was able to network with over 150 people, maybe close to 200 people, in that 5.5 months stay that I had here. So that was 2000, 2001 was when the dot-com bubble was bursting. So I didn't get a
Mhm.
job. I went back home, but I stayed connected with the people that I met here. And
Mhm.
three of the people that I met are were actually the owners of J-Way Group.
Mhm.
And J-Way Group is a consulting company based out of San Jose, web
Mhm.
development, mobile applications. Well, at that time, wala pang mobile applications. They were focusing on web applications. And so it was in 2002, I heard back from the owner of J-Way telling me that, okay, we're ready for you. Come and join us as business development manager. And I think, they did not tell me this, straight. But I think part of the reason why they hired me as business development manager without having a network in Silicon Valley. So for those of you who are trying to get a job in Silicon Valley, um, um, my lesson from that experience is that showing people that you know what you want, you have a goal, and you have the capability to deliver value to them is very
Mhm.
important, right? And so they were telling me that even though I didn't have the network, so business development is about sales, right? So
Mhm.
closing sales, you need to have a good relationships with people so that you can bring in the sales. But I didn't have that, yet they actually bet on me that I could do that. And so, what they saw in the span of time that I met the three founders was the determination to do it, and the methodical way that I was able to reach out to over 150 people, close to 200 people in that amount of time. So they trusted me with that position in 2002. And
Mhm.
then 8 years later, they recognized me for my contributions. They made me part owner and COO. So, so that's a little bit of my background story of, you know, I think your question was, how did
What
I,
motivated
oh
you?
yeah,
Yes.
why did I come here, right? So it was
Mhm.
just that one instant when I was in San Francisco. And I don't know if my friend is watching this. She's also
Mhm.
Filipino.
Mhm.
My best friend in elementary and in high school is Carolyn Caballero.
Mhm.
So she was the one who took me to San Francisco, and that was my moment of epiphany. This is my next career
That's the
challenge. I
start
will
of
work here.
the mentoring club. That's the start of the mentoring club, correct?
Well, I guess the start of the mentoring club happened way back,
Way, way back.
when I was starting my career, because when I mentioned in that video, I realized that I
Mhm.
have a passion for developing talents
Mhm.
and team members. That happened when I became a manager at 24 years old.
Mhm.
So I was with the Philippine International Trading Corporation, which is uh, a private, what do they call it? An agency of the Department of Trade and Industry. So
Mhm.
it's an attached corporation of the Department of Trade and Industry. So that was my first management position. And
Mhm.
while I was developing my team, training them on Unix and Formix, I found myself actually sharing my values with them. Values like,
Mhm.
when you promise somebody to do that something, make sure you deliver it on time and with good quality. So little things like that. And when I see them mature and they're respected by their peers, the bosses, so I was really, I felt fulfilled. And then I carried that on through the other teams that I work with, right?
Mhm. Tas
So,
naging club na.
as a project manager,
Mhm.
as a program manager, working with people, anytime I find the opportunity to just share some, um, experiences, nuggets of wisdom to people, then I try to do it because I think it's good. I would want somebody to do that for me, um,
Mhm.
and so that was what I realized. That was the passion that I had
Mhm. Mhm.
because you also heard from the video. I wanted to do something give back when I turned 50,
Right.
and that happened actually. So I mentioned that I became the COO of Jayway in 2010. So after 8
Mhm.
years of being with them. And so at that point, I felt, okay, I feel happy, I feel successful. Whatever goal I put out for myself, I'm able to achieve it. And
Mhm.
so what's next, right? So I was not
Mhm.
unhappy with what I was doing at Jayway. I was completely happy. I was completely happy that I was contributing to the growth of the company, the sustainability of the company, profitability. But somehow, I think this is what you call calling, right? So
Yes.
somehow you get that feeling in your gut, and you will know it, right? So that what's next, there's that question of what's next, and then what came to mind at that instant was, oh, I want to do something give back because I feel that I've been so blessed that,
Mhm.
and when I say blessed, it's like, divine and universe, right? So whenever I put my intentions out in the world, I get the help that I need. Or
Wow.
and um so for me, it's really, okay, what can I do? How can I help? How can I make the world better? So I feel like I could use my experience in helping bigger world problems. It could be hunger, it could be health, it could be
Mhm.
scientific explorations. We're in Silicon Valley. And so I'm trying to think. So I'm just trying to discern what that is, and I wasn't chasing any one of those opportunities.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so one of the triggers I also mentioned in that video was I network around a lot, and in open fora, the things that I heard in Q&As, uh, these are millennials. They're asking, how do I find a mentor? Is my manager my
Mhm.
mentor? How do I even ask somebody to become my mentor? So
I
that
have a
awkwardness, right? So
yeah. So ano bang difference ng mentor and a coach? What's the difference? May
so
life coach na tinatawag and then there's a mentor. What's the
mhm,
difference? I thought they're the same.
mhm. Well, and that's very understandable. So coaching is one technique that
Mhm.
mentors can use to guide their mentees.
Mhm.
So a coach normally would try to ask you questions to bring out the best in you, to get you more self-aware, and that is
Mhm.
a very important tool that mentors, or technique that mentors can also use with their mentees. But in addition to coaching, what mentors add to the mentor-mentee relationship are their experiences. So, for example, a coach does not have to actually be in high tech and manage a team of engineers, right? But they
Right.
can bring out that manager in you, and you take care of the technical aspects. A mentor can be somebody who has been there, done that. If you're targeting to be a manager in a technical field, and it would be great for you to find a mentor who has actually tread that route,
Mm-hmm.
going to that goal that you want to, or the destination that you want
Mm-hmm.
to go to, so that they can actually share with you experiences that they've had. And you could use those as lessons.
Guiding tools. Yeah.
Yeah, lessons that may or may not apply to you depending on your own situation. And then the mentee has to be the driver in that journey. So the metaphor that I like to use for the mentor-mentee relationship is that
Mm-hmm.
we look at life as a journey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that journey of life, we can compare the mentor-mentee relationship, or even the mentee journey, into a long road trip.
Mm-hmm.
So you are the mentee, is the driver in that road trip,
Mm-hmm.
and the mentee has a goal or a destination in mind, and they allow guides, navigators to ride along with them sa biyahe papunta dun sa
Mm-hmm.
destination. And those guides or the mentors will actually give them, share with them experiences that they've had going to the same destination, because they've been there, they've done that. In the metaphor of the road trip, it they know the best restaurants, the dangerous areas, the gas stations where you can stop. But at the end of the day, as the mentee listens to the experiences and the advice of mentors, they are holding the steering wheel. And therefore,
Mm-hmm.
they can decide to make a left, go straight, or make a right?
Mm-hmm.
And and in that process, that self-awareness that I was telling you about, they get to know themselves better, and they also solidify their values, because the
Mm-hmm.
experiences of their mentors may be different from what their values are, and so they may decide something different than what their mentor did. But but keep in mind that the mentor have had so many experiences, failures, successes, and they will share those with you. um, but at the end of the day, you have to make the decision as the mentee. And so as the mentee, um, get uh, get to arrive at that destination,
Mm-hmm.
um, they can thank, in the mentoring club, the way that we have developed the framework for the mentoring club is that they could thank the mentors who helped them get to their goal or their destination. So they
Mm-hmm.
could stay in that destination. So for example, I'm an individual contributor and I became a manager, so I could
Mm-hmm.
be a manager for like 2 years, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably identify weaknesses in my capabilities that I would need to develop more skills in myself. And maybe while I'm there, I can go back to the mentoring club and ask for mentors who may be helpful at that stage where I am. And as as you do that, once you've stayed as a manager for like 2 or 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
you get the feeling that, okay, what's next? What's my next goal? And then so you plan for your next leg of your journey, and
Right.
then you also decide, okay, what kind of mentors, who are the mentors that might be helpful for me in
Okay.
this leg of the journey. So that's how I would like to see, or I would like to present to mentees, especially so that they recognize that, mentors are not going to do things for them. They are
Okay.
going to do all the work. It is their future, and therefore they have to invest in themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to be ready to get to know themselves better and identify what areas or what skills they need to
That needs
develop
to
in
work
their.
on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Before I
it's
go
a
to
lot of
my before I
self-awareness
go
and
to my
having
yeah,
goals.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry to
Sorry. Before I
I was
go to
just
my
I was
next
just
question.
wrapping up that it takes a lot of self-awareness and knowing your goals.
Right, right. I totally agree. Before we go to my next question, I just want to say hi to Ate Diana, aloha, and then to Jofer Palmares, Marjorie Luwalhati from NorCal. How are you guys? To Ate Meldy, may question si Ate Meldy. Pero siguro maya-maya na po yan, ma Ate Meldy, ha? Unahin ko muna yung tanong ko. How do you communicate with your mentees? Ganyan. Di ba kailangan ba before you meet your mentees, is there a certain level of like comfortability zone na kailangan ma-establish before you guys start the process, or how do you go about it?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
So the process is when the mentee registers, we ask them
Mm-hmm.
questions about what development skills do they need help
Mm-hmm.
on. And so the development skills of the mentees are actually matched with the areas of expertise of the mentors.
Oh,
So
okay.
we look at that, and then we also ask them to go through a scale assessment. Scale is
Oh.
SCALE, which stands for Skills for Career and Life Effectiveness. So this is an assessment or an instrument. It's like Myers Briggs, but Myers Briggs is
Mm-hmm.
personality. And this one is about measuring leadership skills in both. All mentors go through the assessment, and all mentees go through the assessment as well. And this allows you to understand yourself more in those areas that have been well researched. So the instrument was developed by two PhD professors from Texas A&M in collaboration with my mentor for the mentoring club, Margot
Mm-hmm.
Murray. And so
Mm-hmm.
I would be remiss if I don't mention Margot Murray. So I met her and she became my mentor. She actually authored a book called the myths beyond the myths and magic of mentoring, how to facilitate an effective mentoring process. And
Mm-hmm.
she has been doing, I believe, she's been in this practice of mentoring programs for maybe over 40 years. So she has been very
Oh.
generous to be my mentor for the mentoring club. So so going back to your question, so you as the mentee, once you get to know yourself better, um, what happens is we help you prioritize your goals, identify your goals, prioritize your goals, and
Mm-hmm.
then identify the key skills that you need to develop in yourself. So once
Mm-hmm.
we have gone through that step, then the next decision for the mentee is to look at the profiles of the mentors. We will help you narrow down your selection of
Mm-hmm.
mentors and
Mm-hmm.
then look through the profiles of the mentors and see if their experiences resonate with you, and then you can connect with them. And when you connect with them, the mentor will actually schedule an informational session with you. So in that informational session, two decisions have to be made, one by the mentor, one by the mentee. The mentor will have to ask the question, can I help this mentee? Am I the right
Mm-hmm.
mentor based on the
Right
goals?
fit. Kailangan right
Uh-huh.
fit, no?
Yeah, if
Mm-hmm.
it's a good match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the mentee will have to answer the question, can I share my life with this mentor? Because the mentee will be vulnerable. So you'll have to tell them, family background, work, what's happening at work, what's happening with your personal life. So because all of that, we're looking at career and life. Like you cannot separate those two. So we were looking at it from a holistic standpoint, and therefore, when you make or establish a relationship with a mentor, you have to be ready to be vulnerable, right? And so the mentee makes the decision. So based on that conversation, if they both say yes, it's a good match, then we actually close that relationship with an agreement, and the agreement between the mentor and the mentee will actually cover two basic points. They will behave
Mm-hmm.
professionally between each other, and that they will treat each other's information confidentially. So that's the structure of the mentoring relationship. And the mentee could be a really, really shy person. Um, and,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
and that's actually great, right? So a shy person reaching out for help is the first step. Um, and so if the skill that is needed to be developed is about speaking confidently or influencing other people, then the mentor and the mentee can work on that. But even if you're the shyest person that you know of, but you're ready to get out of that shell, and I like to say unleash the leader in you, because you care
Mm-hmm.
about the world, because you care that you're doing meaningful work. Then that's the start of everything, right? So once you have that realization, then we connect you with the right mentors. And then as you go along, the relationship becomes autonomous, right, after the matching, because the
Mm-hmm.
mentors are busy, they're giving back. So the mentors that I have for the mentoring club, and this is one thing that I'm so amazed with, because this is my give back. I'm looking for people who have the same heart of giving back. And so basic qualifications that I have for mentors are:
Mm-hmm.
number one, they have high self-esteem. Number
Mm-hmm.
they are happy and successful in their own terms, not other
They're
people's
they're
life.
basically in good place.
Yes.
Ganyan.
So those two, you said it
Yes. Mm-hmm.
perfectly, right? Um, they have to be in a good place, right? Because when they talk to the mentees will know right away if they are believable, and they have to be believable, right? And then the third qualification that I have is, they're ready to give back. So we're not paying them anything.
Mm-hmm.
The reward for them is to see progress in their mentees.
Wow, this is
So,
really cool.
so that's why I
Amazing.
said, I'm really, really amazed with this, because a lot of people are volunteering. So the chart
Mm-hmm.
that Arnold showed earlier, we have mentors from Canada, from Australia, from India,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and also Ukraine. This
Wow.
year, this year actually, we have gotten mentors signing up from Ireland, the Czech
Mm-hmm.
Republic,
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, more from India, and then
Okay.
we have somebody from the UK as well. So,
Wow.
and these are all different fields. Of course,
Okay.
we're based in Silicon Valley, so a lot of the mentors and the mentees are coming from Silicon Valley.
I
And
love
then
it. Yes.
also the industry is, there's a lot of people in information technology. But
Mm-hmm.
regardless, whatever sector you're in, the development skills that we have found that mentees need help on are more about human relationship skills. It's not so much
Okay.
technical, right?
Okay.
Okay, let me pause
Talk.
there. I
Yeah.
get so excited, so yes, please
Talking
feel free
about
to
human
interrupt me.
relationship. No, it's okay. Talking about human relationship. I just want to insert this because si Ate Meldy, this is the right moment to ask this. You were just talking about human relationship. What is the best advice have you given to one of your mentee that you can remember? And if someone hires you, or kung may mentee na gustong magpa-mentor sa inyo, are they in the mentors club, are they always available?
Mm. Okay, so let me address the first question, the
The first
advice,
question
right?
first, yes.
So the first question is, the was it
The
best
best
advice?
advice,
Okay,
yes.
so I would always say this to anybody I meet, whether I'm their mentor or I'm just meeting them for the first time. It it pays to always have a goal. Know what you want, right? Because if you don't
Mm-hmm.
know what you want, anything is okay. But if you know what you want, then it stems from there. And then you look at yourself, and then you establish, this is how I am now. This is who I am. how can I get to
Mm-hmm.
that goal? What do I need to change in myself in order to get to that goal? Um, and that's the start, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where you actually, that's the process of unleashing the leader in you, because knowing you want something, and being able to plot your way to get there,
Mm-hmm.
you will have you can't not have the initiative. Ikaw talaga
Mm-hmm.
yung magpo-pursue nun, right? So nobody else will do it for you. So have a goal, and then uh, work towards achieving the goal through self-awareness.
Yeah, having a goal talaga is really important, and self-awareness, that's a must. Especially in the busy times right now, sometimes you tend to like nawawala ka, 'di ba? Kailangan mag-focus din tayo, 'di
Mm-mm.
ba? Mm-mm.
And then you
Okay,
had a
let's
second question.
Oh yeah, the second question is okay. Maybe answer this question after our ano na no, our commercial. But the question goes like this. What is the availability of the mentors from the mentoring club? Are they always available? But you can answer that after this quick station ID break or our quick commercial break.
Prime your taste buds for the finest of culinary magic. We've prepared a gastronomic feast unlike anything you've ever had, moving heaven and earth to guarantee an unforgettable dining experience.
Uy, tagal ah! Nag-temp check na kami!
Nag-hand sanitize na kami. Nag-fill up na kami ng health declaration form.
Okay, if you're finished, your tables are ready in the new normal of traveling. Safety always comes first.
Ay, layo pala no?
Konting push pati.
Kindly book your reservations in advance. Our limited seating is extremely exclusive. Order with ease online and choose from a cornucopia of exquisite dishes. Our approach to dining is simple. Just you and your food, so you can savor every flavor.
Crispy pata!
Excuse me. Is this seat taken?
Yes, it's taken by my personal space and physical distancing protocols. PDA, hindi mo ba alam yun? Buti sana kamukha mo yung boyfriend ko.
Nothing gets between you and your culinary satisfaction.
Ay, sir, sorry. Kasalanan niyo eh. Ma'am, sir, bill po.
Hala, naiwan ko yata yung wallet ko ah.
Kuya, ako na lang ho ang bahala.
Sige, ma'am.
Contactless payments, please.
Ako may gipabayadan yung duha.
Saan na ba yun?
Enjoy your meal, guys!
Travel safe mga beshies!
Mabuhay!
Pag naglalakbay.
Have a safe trip, Pinas!
Welcome back, guys, to Real Talk with Sabrina. We have Miss Liesel Mendoza from the Mentoring Club, which is a nonprofit organization here in the Silicon Valley. Okay, let me read a question again. Let's say ako yung mentee, and then I have one of your mentors. Will your mentors be always available if I need them? How does it work with you guys?
Mm-hmm. So I mentioned that once the connection between the mentor and the mentee has been made, it becomes autonomous. So therefore, the mentor and the mentee will have to negotiate schedules. So remember, the mentors are accomplished leaders, but they're still chasing something for themselves, right? And so they're also busy, and the mentee is also working and is also
Mm-hmm.
busy. So they have to negotiate. So in that process of negotiating, what their availability will be in terms of are they going to meet once every week, or once
Oh,
every
kailangan may
2
set schedule.
or once a month?
Mhm.
And also it depends on what the mentor thinks would be appropriate, and then the mentee will have to agree. Because if the mentee feels that, oh, I need more guidance, but the mentor is not available, though maybe that's not a good match, right?
Okay.
Because the mentee needs more hand holding, and or the mentee can also get two mentors, right? So if they you
Oh,
don't you're
that's
not,
possible.
yeah, you're not limited, hindi isang mentor lang.
Mm-hmm.
This is the idea also that that I want to debunk, right? Na you don't have to have one mentor for life. You can have several mentors depending on the goals and the skills that you need to develop.
That's a good one. But is there an age limit for being a mentor and for someone to be a member of the mentors club? If they wanted to become a mentor, is there how do you qualify them? Not just because of their experience. Paano nyo like okay, may mga checklist kayo. First of
Mm.
all, like age limit muna.
Well, there's no age limit for anybody. So a
Mm-hmm.
mentor could be, initially I was thinking, oh, a mentor should have at least 20 years of experience for them to be
Oh,
able to
okay.
guide initially, right? But
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
but I was disproven, right? Because one of my clients, when I was doing consulting work, one of my clients um, is was a millennial, and she said, well, I really like what you're doing. So she has like 10 plus years of experience, but she wants to become a mentor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I spoke to her, and then I assessed it, and remember the three qualifications that I mentioned to you. You have to have high
Mm-hmm.
self-esteem, they're happy and
Happy.
successful,
Mm-hmm.
and they're
They're
ready
in
to
a
give
good,
back,
yeah,
right?
ready to
So
get back.
yeah,
Okay.
so she met those, criteria, and so I said, sure, you can be a mentor. So I had to change my model of, a mentor doesn't have to have 20 years of experience, because a person who has 10 years of experience can actually guide somebody who's just starting straight from college, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the generational gap is less and they could understand each other better, right? So, so that's for the mentee. That's for the mentor. Now,
Mm-hmm.
for the mentee, so it's the other way around. Initially, I said, okay, I'm doing this for young professionals, so millennials,
Mm-hmm.
because remember the story that I had when I came up with the mentoring club was influenced by listening to the questions of millennials.
Mm-hmm.
How do I find a mentor? Is my manager my mentor? And so on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was targeting millennials to help millennials. But as the years go by, that thinking also evolved, because was approached by mid-level managers and
Mm-hmm.
senior executives that are looking for mentors. So, and relating that to my own self, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I had to find a mentor for the mentoring
Mm-hmm.
club. I had to reach out because my background was 30 plus years in information systems development, consulting, business development, COO. Um, but I didn't have any experience with organizational development, psychology, right? So, and that was where connecting with Margot Murray, who became my mentor, was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to change those initial models or framework that I have in terms of who should be mentors, who should be mentees, um, because of those experiences. So it evolved. So actually, last year we signed up a mentee who was 63 years old. So so that tells you, anybody who is trying to do something that they feel
Mm-hmm.
they don't have the right training, the right experience, can actually reach out to anybody who has
Mm-hmm.
that experience. That mentor could be older than they are, or
Mm-hmm.
could be younger. So pwede kahit ano.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I want to say hi to Rachel Obanco. She's watching right now, and of course, Ati Bonnie. I told you guys she's gonna make habol. Okay, now we're talking about the mentors. Who's your mentor, Miss Lisel? I mean, there are times that I know that you
Mm,
sometimes we're only human that you also needs an extra boost or a little perspective from a different person. Who's your
mhm,
mentor? And
mhm.
who was your yeah, okay, there you go. We'll start from there first.
Okay. Yeah. So when I was developing my career,
Mm-hmm.
hindi uso yung mentors. So it was
Mm-hmm.
more of role models, right? So
Yes. Yes.
I looked at the managers that I work with, and I said, oh, I like that quality of that
Mm-hmm.
person. I would like to develop that in myself, right? So I was so again, was one of those lucky people that mabilis kong maintindihan yung sarili ko. What I want, what I don't
Self-awareness
like.
kasi, right?
What I
Mm-mm.
like, what I don't like, what I'm good at, what I'm weak at. So I looked at those managers during my career, and then I said, "Oh, I like that quality," and so I adopted. And so I learned how to do what I liked about them. So wala akong mentor in terms
Mm-hmm.
of if we're talking about the 30 plus years of information systems development career.
Mm-hmm.
The only time that I got a mentor was for the mentoring club. As I shared kanina,
Oh,
kasi nga wala akong background. I don't have any
right.
background about uh, people in organizations because it has something to do with organizational development. Actually, one of my dreams, when the mentoring club is well funded already, I
Mm-hmm.
actually would like to do a PhD degree in organizational development. And if I could
Wow.
go to Stanford, I would like to go to Stanford.
Go for it, right?
So, but I have to prioritize first that this organization is established, um, and it's running. We have the right people. Right now, we're really operating on shoestring budget. I'm putting in a lot of the my own money as
Mm-hmm.
donation to the mentoring club, and then we're
Mm-hmm.
continuing to raise funds as a nonprofit. And then
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit last year, so that derailed us a lot. So we could really use help as far as fundraising is concerned, so that I could start hiring the right people to help
Mm-hmm.
me with the mission, and at the same time, I, I- you know, there's a lot. I'm looking at this, in the next decade, my commitment to establishing the mentoring club. But right now, I've been again very, very, very fortunate and grateful for all the volunteers that have been helping me. Um, so I can't, I can't be thankful enough for what has come my way. Even as far as legal help is concerned,
They're always there.
I was able to get pro bono services from a top legal firm based out of
Mm-hmm.
Palo Alto because of my neighbor. So this is like what I was telling you earlier, divine intervention, and then the universe actually helps you achieve what you want to do if you're out there telling people what you're doing.
I know you're helping people, but have you had any experience like um people shutting you down during planning stage? I'm sure not everyone is like when they talk to one of your mentors, they're half-hearted or sometimes they're ano, 'di ba, invested. Have you had experience people like saying, "Okay, this is not for me."
Yeah, yeah. So right now we have about 125 mentors and mentees, and I would say 60% are mentors, 40% are mentees,
Mm-hmm.
and not everybody is active. So maybe roughly, I don't have the exact data, but roughly I would say maybe 50% are active.
Mm-hmm.
And so why does that happen, right? Because momentum. The way that I look at it is momentum. So mentors sign up, but then we don't have sufficient mentees, and then so time passes, and they don't connect with the right mentees, and
Mm-hmm.
so the interest dwindles down, right?
Yeah.
It's my responsibility to make sure that you supply and demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
uh, meet at the right time. So based on what you're saying, yeah, there have been instances where mentors will have life changes, and they would say, "I would like to pause my commitment to the mentoring club for now.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything changes in the future, then I would like to come back and give back. Now for the mentees, what we're trying to do on the mentee side, to minimize the churn or your lack of commitment, is that we're
Mm-hmm.
asking the mentees to have skin in the game. So we're a nonprofit, right? So we get funds by fundraising, but at the same time, it would be wise to have some kind of revenue generation model.
Of course,
Um,
yes.
but so one of them is the mentees, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
want to filter serious mentees. We want them to have skin in the game,
Mm-hmm.
because if a service is free, it has been proven time and time again that people take it for granted, and if the mentees are not showing up and the mentors are giving back, they're not
Mm-hmm.
realizing the reward of progress from the mentees, then I would lose the mentors. So
Right.
one of the ways to filter serious mentees is to have them subscribe to the membership, to the platform. And for us here in the US, it's really nothing. It's a token. It's like $39 a month, and you can have access to as many mentors as you can manage, as long as you know what you want, right? So as long as you're able to establish that goal and to identify the skills that you need to work on with those mentors.
So being a mentee, like let's say if I want to sign up, how it's $39, right? And you have unlimited
$39
access.
a month,
Yeah.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
right now, I am the one who's guiding all the mentees. So
Mm-hmm.
eventually we will have community managers who will be
Right.
trained to understand and guide mentees through the process of goal setting, visioning, goal setting, mentor selection, and then following through their commitments as mentees. So
Mm-hmm.
in terms of organizational structure, the plan is to have community managers who will help mentors and mentees go through that process.
Wow, very cool. Okay, so let's just read one of the comments here from Ferdy Perez. Hi, Lizelle. Great to connect. The
Hi.
Mentoring Club is your company, a nonprofit. A nonprofit. We are looking a nonprofit organization to match our software.
And what is the software? I
Sagutin mo yan,
wonder.
Ferdy Perez. Answer that question. And then, of course,
I'd
Ate
be happy to
Imelda.
connect, and
Yes.
we can talk more about
So,
maybe how to collaborate.
how do they get a hold of you, though? Is there a website that they can look at?
Oh, they can just email me straight, Liesel, my first name,
Mm-hmm.
Liesel at thementoringclub.org.
Okay. And then message from
And then also I'm on
Aloha,
Facebook,
Diana. Oh, Facebook. Okay.
Facebook and LinkedIn also.
Mhm. Aloha, Diana says, great topic. Ayan. Okay, I have one last question here before I let you go.
No
Actually, I
problem.
have a lot of I to be honest, I have a lot of questions. It's just that we're running out of time. What advice can you give our audience with regards to being either a mentor or a mentee?
Okay, so I'll start with the mentor, the giving
Mm-hmm.
part. So if you're trying to think whether you're at that right place or right time to become a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
uh, then I think you have to look in your heart, search your heart. If that is something that you would like to do now, given where you are at in your stage of life, whether you're young or mid-career or senior executive, there is something that you could share with somebody else out there. So it all is determined by what's in your heart. Are you there? Are you ready to give back? Are you ready to nurture somebody, and to show them the process that you went through, your life's journey, pretty much, because you're sharing your life with the mentee when you take on a mentee. So I think that would be my advice, or to people who are thinking of, should I be a mentor? And then so search your heart. And then for people who are thinking, if um, should I be a mentee? Do I need a mentor? And
Mm-hmm.
so think to yourself, if there's anybody within your close family members or your circle of family friends, if there's anybody there that you admire, that you think would be able to guide you through whatever you're going through, right? So brainstorm with you, or but if you think that there is none, then I would recommend that you reach out to organizations that could help you with that, because so of course, reach out to us, reach out to me, if you think that mentors could be helpful to you. And the way to really look at it is, are you clear about your goals? If the answer is yes, do you need people to help you develop your skills? If the answer is yes, then go search for a mentor. If
Wow.
your answer is no to, are you clear on your goals, then at that point just go find somebody to help you clarify your goals. Because um, if you can't figure it out now and waiting for years to self uh, to to do it on your own, um, may not be very helpful. So it's going to be a slow process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if you actually, swallow your pride, your ego now, and say, I need help,
Yes.
then that will get you closer to where you want to be. Or if you don't know what you want, the more that, it becomes urgent, because then you can at least know what you want, and have people help you get there.
Right
So
direction.
just
Okay.
for
Yes.
having just so that self-awareness is would be really
Right.
good.
Okay. Thank you very much for your answer, Miss Lisel. I know you have another announcement to make, right?
Oh yes, please. So I was talking about earlier about fundraising. So
Mm-hmm.
last year was really very difficult for us because of COVID, and so I am reaching out to all the friends of GFN,
Mm-hmm.
and all of the friends of GFN friends, to please consider, if you believe in the cause, if anything that I said tonight resonated with you. We have this fundraiser going on because of COVID. We're doing a virtual run, walk, bike. We started this last year. I'm actually wearing the shirt from last year. And so please go ahead and register, promote the fundraiser, because this is our way of um, uh, capacity building, being able to, we have a goal of $30,000 for this fundraiser, because that will help us add to the funds, that will make us confident, responsibly confident, that we could hire people into the mentoring club to help us with our mission. So you can help by registering as a participant, by sharing our posts with your family and friends so that they're aware. And then by also donating, you can donate on this platform, and you can also set up your own fundraiser and request your friends to donate to your Give Back Lead Forward fundraiser. So this platform will allow you to create a fundraiser for the mentoring club. So I would really
Perfect.
appreciate your help on that, and help us raise funds so that we can help more mentees become leaders themselves.
Okay. One last question from Ati Bonnie. Okay. Do you require an educational background to become a mentor, or just being an older person who has a 20-year experience of something is good enough,
Yeah, experience is what we're looking for, right? Because it
not the
is your
educational background?
yeah, because it is your experience that you will use to guide the mentees. So it's not so much the educational background. it's your success as a leader, or call it success and failures as a leader, because the failures actually teach us a lot of or lessons. And so yan, hindi kailangan yung educational record or degree. It is experience that's crucial.
Okay, so everyone, I hope nag-enjoy kayo at may natutunan kayo sa aming topic. I know everyone is looking for their purpose in life. So why don't we all channel our energy into the right direction? Please flash the website again, Direct Arnold, the Mentoring Club, Miss Liesel Mendoza.
Thank you, Sabrina, and thank you, Arnold. I really appreciate this opportunity to share my story, and hopefully I was able to add value to your audience, and they are aware that they could reach out to the Mentoring Club, whether they want to become a mentor or a mentee or even volunteers and donors. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, guys. And we will flash the website in a little bit. I'll see you guys next week. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. ng gabi, under GFN, Real Talk with Sabrina. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and be healthy and happy. Bye.
Maraming salamat.